My hair's gonna be what it's gonna be. Good morning, girl. It's Monday. Girl. Nobody ready. Nobody wants that. I'm sick and tired already. Coming into Monday, getting over a sickness. I don't know who else is feeling it, but I'm ready to go back to bed. Good morning, Italian Queen. Brookie, good morning. How is everybody? I sound like a man. Okay. So tired today. I know, Jess is sick too. Is everybody sick? Raise your hand if you're sick. And it's the kind of sick where it's like you're like not sick enough to go to bed. Like people still think you should go to work, but you know you should be in bed. It's like that. Good morning, Carol. Girl, it's a Monday in November. Fell deep asleep on the train this morning. Girl, getting over a sinus infection. I was worried. I was like, this is going to turn into a sinus infection. But whatever. Whatever. Currently in the emergency room with the Huddy. What is happening? Monday's coming in hard. We're talking about, trying to talk myself into going in. Denise, girl, I hear you. Too much. Today, this Monday is Mondaying. Too much. And like, do you ever just wake up and you're like, I already know that by 4 o'clock I'm gonna be exhausted. It's like that kind of day. I gotta flip the house. I have the renter leaving and a renter coming in on the same day. It's today, and it's a lot. So, and then, so you know, like I'm a pet-friendly establishment. And so I leave like dog poop bags at the house for people. And I say like, hey, if your dog, you know, poops, whatever. So my renter this time said, I just want to let you know, there was some dog poop already in the yard when we got here. We cleaned it up because we were out there. We didn't want you to think that it was us. His hair is doing something. Which I thought was fine. I was like, okay. And he was like, I'm not gonna let this affect my review of your place because it's so beautiful. And I was like, do people, would somebody give me a bad review if there was dog poop at a house that's dog friendly? Oh, it's not like you said there were a million poops everywhere. He just said, I found one dog poop in your yard. I'm not going to give you a bad review for it. And I was like, is that on the table? Like, I don't know. If I was at a pet-friendly Airbnb and there was already poop there, like I would say, like, hey, by the way, there's some more poops there. But I don't know that I would be like, how dare you? Right? I was like, it's a big yard and I'm in here trying to change your sheets. Which would you rather? But guys, by the way, there is not one old poop in this yard, but your sheets weren't changed. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Judy. But I was like, okay, thank you. I don't know. You look at least 55. Well, that's good. I'm 65. So that's good for me, Tommy. Thank you. I was being nice. Well, so was I. I'm actually 75. So. You look good for your age. That is something every lady wants to hear. Mm-hmm. I got carded the other day. The girl said, I'm guessing you're over 18. I said, yep. And then I told her, guess she said early 20s, and I started laughing. Mm-hmm. 65. Definitely don't look it for damn sure. I was going to guess upper 30s. I know. I look good. I know. That's I'm girl. I'm going to low-key brag. This is 65. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 Anyway. So, hopefully everybody had a good weekend. I know. Shakendra. Mm-hmm. Lots of chicken up in here. Mm-hmm. Dharma wants to do the grandbaby. Toilet, the RV is getting inspected. Oh my gosh. You are Mondaying all over the place. Mm-hmm. Monday is really Mondaying today. I don't even know what to say to help you mods. Yeah. I know, Tracy. I know. Cassie is just like, I was just over here trying to tell a nice story about how young I look. I don't know. Everybody must have had a slow weekend. They coming in hot on Monday. It's only 5:41. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Let's change the subject to what? Anything. Let's change it to anything. So I had fun this weekend. Besides trying to get some rest, I had some gigs. So I ran into something on Friday night that I very rarely run into. I'm at this comedy club, and there was a fundraiser for like this dance studio. That's normal. Sometimes it's dance studio, sometimes it's like a softball league, you know, like whatever. And the comic before me starts talking to this guy that is in the front row. And she goes, "Oh, are you here with the dance group?" And he says, "No." No, he's sitting with all of them. Like, they're like right in the front. And then there's like normal people on the other sides. And at another point, he says, "Are you with this lady across from you?" And he says, "No." So now he's at a table that's clearly filled with people that are there for the dance fundraiser. There's a couple behind him. He's not with the lady. So he just seems out of place. And I was like, then what's this guy doing here? It just seemed creepy. So of course I'm drawn to him. So I get up there, and he's very likable. He's very friendly. I said, I just feel like can we discuss who you are then? Because it seems weird that you're here. Like, you're not with the fundraiser. You're not with this lady. Who are you? He goes, "Oh, I'm his brother. I just came here tonight to just like support." I said, "Okay, you married?" He said, "I am." And I was like, "Where's your wife?" He was like, "Oh, she's out with her friends." And I was like, "Cause she wanted to have fun." He was like, "Mm-hmm." And so he was so funny. And he was just like real matter of fact. Like, very rarely does it happen. Like, most of the time, if you're saying go to the comedy club, your spouse wants to come. But clearly she was like, "No." "You gonna be there?" "No, I'm not coming." I said, "Well, where's your wife?" And he said, "Well, she's out with her girlfriends." And I said, "Well, what are they doing?" He's like, "I don't know." I said, "Do you care? Do you know where, is she in the state?" He was like, "I don't know." I said, "Can I call her?" And he was like, "Yeah." "Are you guys here? Because there's nothing happening on the Like no comments whatsoever. I don't know what happened. It went from 1 million comments to no comments. I'm starting to think I'm not even live. Something's weird. Hello? This is weird. I'm gonna go on the YouTube. I don't think I've ever looked on YouTube when we were live. Let me see what's happening. This is me. I see you. You're here and we are here. Okay. And comments get deleted. Okay, so it's clearly stopped scrolling here. Okay. Okay. All right. Did all the admins block all of us? I think they did. Hold on, let me move this over here so it's a little bit more in my eyesight. Did you hit a button? No. It's just stuck. It's never done that before. All right, this is better. Anyway. So I say to this guy, like, where is he? Where's your wife? Whatever. And he's real nice. And I go, well, can I call her? He was like, what do you mean? I said, give me your phone. I'm going to call her. Just check in. So I call on the phone, and it says her, 2 names. I'm not going to say her name, but it says, like, Mary Smith. It actually said Smith Mary. And I said, why is her last name first? He was like, that's just how my phone came. And I was like, that's just not a thing. Okay. And I said, why do you have her full name in here? He's like, what do you mean? I go, well, do you have her full name? Like, is there a point where you're just like, oh, this is the other Mary that I'm like, just really funny. Anyway, so I call, she doesn't pick up because she's having fun. So I leave a message and I was like, listen, I just want you to know, I hope you're having a great time. I am publicly berating your husband, so I'm taking care of things on this side. I just want you to have a great night. Yada, yada. Yeah, it was his full name. And so I hang up. And then it shows me like all his recent calls. And one of them says Bon Bon. That was this. I said, what's Bon Bon? He was like, oh, that's my wife too. I was like, so your wife is in here as a full name as well as a nickname. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, so like if you're in a good mood, you're like, I'm gonna call Bon Bon. If you're like, oh, I got something to say, I'm gonna say something to Mary Smith right now. And like, that's when you call that. Like, it was funny. So my question is, your spouses, how do you have them in? So I was telling Jason the story and he was like, yeah, of course you put their first and last name. I go, I have you as one name. My husband has my full name on his phone. Yeah, my brother still has his wife in his home as my bride. Oh, he's one because he's my emergency contact. My mom has his first name and has my first name and last name in her phone. Bon Bon is what my husband calls me. Is it first name and then ice? My husband is just in his ice. I'd like to know how you have your person in your phone. I have everyone in as their full name. What about your mom, Anne Marie? You just don't have mom? My wife is just her first name and then a few emojis. Hopefully they're good emojis. First name and then a heart. Just hubby. I have hubby as a full name. Full name. My husband has me in as the helpline. That's hilarious. But I need some help. You just read husband? Hubby full name. Sing with children? I don't think so. I don't even have their names in. Jacqueline is lady. Brooke is bird. None of them have their real names. My mom's phone has us all in his ice. Ice germs is mine. My numbers are mom. I have my husband in with his full name. Really? That's really funny. It's just his name, but a picture of Underdog, his favorite cartoon. And that's how it should be. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My daughter has me as Mama Bear. Yeah, I think everybody should have like nicknames. So he was so funny. So in his like recent calls, it said Bon Bon, Mary Smith, and then but at the very top it said Billy. So I said, "Who's Billy?" And he goes, "What?" I go, "Billy, who's Billy?" He goes, "I have no idea." I go, "Dude, it's your phone. I'm reading you your phone. Billy's at the top." I don't have any idea who that is. I go, "What's your name?" He goes, "Bill." I go, "Then who's Billy?" He goes, "Oh, my son." And I go, "Okay." That took entirely too long. That took entirely too long. It's your son. If somebody said, "Who's Dean?" I could be anywhere and I'd be like, "It's my son." Like, that's not your first rate. He was like, "I don't know anybody named Billy." I'm literally reading your phone. Why would you? You don't know how phone works, Shakendra. I was like, "What's wrong with you?" Then at some point, so now I'm halfway through my set. He's adorable and we're having a lot of fun. Halfway through my set, his phone rings. It's Bon Bon. So I'm like, "Guys, I have to take this." So I go to pick up the phone and then I find out it's a FaceTime call. And it has got to be like 11 very drunk ladies. I think it was his daughter was trying to talk to me, who was beautiful. And then I saw his wife, who's also beautiful. And they're smashed, but I'm on a microphone, so I'm like, I don't even know if they can hear me, because I think it just all feeds back. But they were having the best time. They were like, "Are you the comedian?" I was like, "Mm-hmm." We just had the best night. She was loving life. Then I took a picture with Bill. I said, "Make sure you gotta get a picture so your wife can see how much fun we had." Mm-hmm. Carly Chop, he was, from what I could tell, he was completely sober. Just not really with it. Mm-hmm. 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 For his nightstand. I should have told him. So it was a lot of fun. So I have another story. Is Missy here? Jeremy, is Missy here? Mm-hmm. Cassie, he was there with his brother, and his brother was there for the fundraiser for the dance team. But I don't think he knew where he was or what his name was, is my point. Mm-hmm. Oh, she is? All right. So here's the question I have to ask. You are going to go, Shakendra, and I would like to hear all about it. All right, here's my question. When you tell your hubby, whatever you call your husband in your telephone, your person, a funny story that happened between you and your girlfriends, do they think it's funny? Like, do you ever see videos of like, there's a great video that's on the internet. I don't know if you've seen it, where these two ladies are coming out of what looks like a cheesecake factory, and they are smashed. They are smashed. They're coming out. One of them falls over into a tree, rolls down, and then the other one can't stop laughing. She's on the floor. She's rolling around. Like, there is something about once girls start laughing about something and like literally like tears, maybe pee your pants. And then you try to explain whatever that was. You know what I'm talking about, Ollie? Yeah. No one thinks me and my friends are as funny as we think we are. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the craziest thing. Okay, so Missy and I go to this class on Friday. And we're sitting there, and we might be a little bored. But we're trying to be people who learn. Now, luckily, this is when I was starting to not feel good. So I wasn't on my A game in terms of like writing her notes or like saying stuff under my breath. And she was kind of like sitting in front of me. Normally we're right next to each other. That is bad because then I could just write notes to her or really whisper things to her. But I couldn't. It wasn't my A game. I wasn't feeling good. Either way, we're a little bored in this class. At some point, towards the end of the class, this man says, listen, if you really want to get better at speaking, it's just really important that you surround yourself with a group of people who's just brutally honest. Like you need like a group of people who can just really be brutally honest with each other. And he just kept saying it. So I tap her on the shoulder and she looks at me and I go, your hair is hideous. And we could not stop laughing. I just couldn't. Just out of the blue, your hair is hideous. And couldn't stop laughing. And I was like, do not get me started on your outfit. And we thought it was the funniest crap ever. And could not stop. And so later on, I'm driving home. And yeah, it's all we needed. We really weren't happy. And I was getting sick. And I was just like, you're hideous. And it was just what we needed to keep us going. So I'm trying to explain this situation and this story to Jason. And he goes, why would you say that to her? I go, no, it's funny because she's obviously beautiful and gorgeous, and we're sitting in this class and we're just bored. And he was like, be around people who are brutally honest with you. And I was like, by the way, you're hideous. That maybe you had to be there. And he was like, was she okay? And I was like, what? He was like, was she crying? I go, what are you talking about? He was like, why would you say something so mean? And I was like, it was hilarious. He was like, well, did you call and check on her? I'm like, no, I'm not going to call and check on her. She's fine. What are you talking about? And I was just like, do men not get it? I'm like, no, of course I don't make it a point to walk around and tell my girlfriends they're hideous. But in that particular moment, it was what we call perfect timing. I think she high-fived me. Mm-hmm. I was just like, I don't understand. Yeah. Happens all the time with my husband. Man, I don't get it. Yeah, you had to be there. Yeah. It just was, I don't know. Because she knows I would never say that. So funny. Yeah, we all got it. She approved. And I mean, listen, I don't know that we've ever said the words to each other, but we both know that if something horrible happened, if somebody took like a horrible tumble, smashed their face into the ground, we've never said it, but we both know we would record it first and then check on each other. You don't have to say that out loud when you, like, I would be mad. I'd be, why are you helping me? Why didn't you record it? I don't get it. Yeah. Yeah. I just found my cannoli tubes and I was like, what is this? That's a great day. Yeah, he's too nice. Jason's too nice. Mm-hmm. So, I just think that, I mean, are you really even friends if you can't look at somebody and be like, you're hideous? Are you even really friends? No, and Missy and I have said to each other, like, even in like moments where like somebody's like low and like they're having a hard time, like if I was the kind of person that was like, you're gonna be okay, she'd be like, that's not helping at all. What are you doing? Why are you being supportive? Usually I'm like, this is awful and it's not gonna get better. You should get used to this. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. And you can always tell. Like, you could be out in public and you could tell when girls are best friends. Because they'll just be brutally honest. Yeah. Brutally honest. Be like, you should have broke up with him a long time ago. And they'll be like, what? Like, yeah. Everybody knows. And they'll just be real matter of fact. Yeah, everybody knows. Everybody hated him. Uh-huh. And they'll be real nonchalant. Everybody hate him. Can I get another drink? Yeah, everybody hate him. It's just, but if you're ever with somebody and they're really impassioned, like, no, everybody kind of knew. Don't listen to that girl. Listen to the one that's in the corner. Like, no, this is a waste of time. Can we get another order? Mm-hmm. I know what you mean. I know. Jason said in the morning, he was like, he goes, what are you going to do today? I said, Missy and I are going to go to a class. And he looked at me, he goes, why? I said, what is that supposed to mean? Because we're going to learn stuff. And he was like, together? And I was like, yeah, that's how we learn stuff. But he knew. We said that to my cousin when she got divorced. Yeah. How many times did you repeat her fall up the steps? 17? The required 17? She knew. Jeremy put it to music. Listen, the minute Jeremy put it to music, it basically, and she laughed, it was like, we're good. That was approved. That was double approved before it even got to me. I'm a conduit at that point. I didn't put it to music. Yeah. I have two nieces that we have. There's the when we call each other ridiculous names. Family has learned to just accept our bond. My family tripped over files at work and fell in slow motion. It was so funny that I laughed and then asked if she was okay. She was fine and laughed with me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know what happened on here today. I can see that everything's fine over here, but it's just stuck here. No. A friend fell from a stepladder once. I ran over and she yelled, "Don't touch me. Let me take inventory first." So I laughed instead. That's fair. Oh my gosh. So I wasn't feeling good and I really wasn't talking to people, which is very unlike me. I should have known the minute that I started looking longingly out the window rather than talk to any of the 30 people in the room. Ow, and then we dined and ditched. Oh my gosh. We were a mess. We were a straight mess. So again, I think I was just like getting sicker and sicker like as this class was going on. So I don't feel good. And I really don't feel like talking to anybody. So I see this window overlooking the city because we're up really high. And I go over and I'm just looking longingly out the window. I'm at home. In my mind, I'm at home in bed. I'm tired. This is just, I don't know where I am, whatever. But I've clearly left. All of a sudden, Missy very aggressively sidles up to me. I feel her, but I don't see her until like she's like right there. So it scares me. Now, according to Missy, I let out a sound that might have gone caw, and she said, "What in the world was that sound?" I go, "Well, you were aggressively coming up to me." She goes, "You literally sounded like a bird." And I said, "I don't understand." You were like, "Ah." She goes, "I didn't do that at all." But it scared me. She didn't call back at me, but it did scare me. And I did make a very large sound. Then we were like, all right, let's just have breakfast. Let's have lunch. We had ordered this lunch. And it was supposed to be a lunch with everybody, but the food came and we're like, bitch, well, let's eat. So we ate by ourselves. And then we both had places to go, and I wasn't feeling good anyway. So then we got up and we left. Well, no, let me go back. Just so you know, the more I'm telling you about this day, we're a train wreck. Missy decided to wear her new boots to this class. How did I know they were new boots? Because when she's walking down the hall, she's walking like this. And I go, what's going on? Why are you walking like that? And she says, "I got these new boots." And I said, "What's that have to do with anything?" She goes, "Well, I wore low socks with them." So she had like sneaker socks, but the boots were like ankle high, and it's like cutting into her leg. So she is starting to get like this cut on her leg. By the time we leave, now mind you, I've already made the caw sound. I told her she looked hideous. I'm not talking to anybody. We're basically cast outs. She's talking to people. I'm a cast out. I'm making bird sounds in the corner. She's walking like Quasimodo. By the time we get downstairs, she was like, "I have to take the shoe off." So now we're walking down the street. I took pictures. I have to show you. I take pictures of her walking down the street. Now she was like, "Should I take both shoes off?" And I said, "No." She should have, but I wanted to watch her do this. So she's walking, but she got a nice coat, a pretty red coat that she got. What is it, Nordstrom's rack? $40. Either way, she's walking down the street, and at some point, she's like, I have to go this way. Which way do you go? And I said, well, people with two shoes on go this way, and people with one shoe, I think, head right down there. So I figured, great. Good luck to you. Gave her a hug, sent her on her way. I didn't think we needed to talk for at least another 15 minutes. Well, I get in my car, and I don't know if I was talking to the kids or my mom or something, but Missy's calling, like a lot. And I was like, I'm going to call this lady back when I get done talking to my mom or the kids or whatever it was. I don't know, maybe 10 minutes goes by. Now, I'm already in Jersey by the time, now this class was in Philly. I had an appointment in Jersey. I'm already in New Jersey by the time I call her back. I go, hey, what's up? She goes, we forgot to pay for lunch. I go, what? She goes, yeah, we dined and ditched. It's okay, I paid the bill. And I go, what is wrong with us? I said, so now I could call to people. You're walking real crazy. I said you were hideous. I didn't talk to anybody. And then we dined and ditched. I was like, they hate us. They hate us. And it probably really just me. They hate me. So, yeah, it was a whole thing. We do need adult supervision. I was like, look at you. You look like a crazy person with your shoe in hand. So then she met a whole bunch of people in the garage. I don't know. She was still in the garage. I was in New Jersey. I was like, you're still there? She goes, I'm still in the parking garage. It was a lot. It was a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think we're welcome back. I feel a little better, but now that I'm reminded of that, I'm gonna go get my Dayquil. I can't really go anywhere without Dayquil, so I'm gonna. We were definitely the talk of the meeting. Mm-hmm. People watching you leave were saying to each other, "You stop them. I'm not gonna go stop them. You stop them." They're like, "Well, we'll talk. We'll call the blonde one, the big one with the crazy hair. She'll probably yell at us." Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were like, "Let's call the blonde one." Yeah, Chloe Top's interesting. So listen, now you know. You invite us to lunch. It's on you. Did she put on the other shoe before going back? No, she didn't go back. She just called them. And she talked us out of it and paid the bill. No, Missy was really good. She didn't make me sit in the front row either. So, yeah, it was the whole thing. Yeah, this is what happens when we go in public together. So, anyway. All right, I gotta go. I'm gonna lay down for an hour, then I'm gonna go to work. All right, I know the 5. It's like if anybody is remotely sick anywhere around me, I'm like, you might as well just kiss me. Just kiss me and give it to me, and then I'll go get in bed. That's how I feel. That's where I am as a person. So that's it. All right, everybody. Well, listen, have a great day and a blessed day. I don't know what happened with these. I don't know if just on the app was like, there's too many crazy people on the app, so it just stopped and then moved over here. So, but at least I figured it out. So thanks to our moderators as always. And yeah, listen, I hope Tuesday gets better. Tonight we're cooking, not from the same place because Diana won't let me near her. So, so we'll be cooking tonight. They're peanut butter chocolate cookies, so you don't want to miss it. All right, everybody. Have a great day, blessed day, and I'll see you tonight. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.